up, guys? I'm replacing the struts and the lower rear control arm on an SRT8 300. I think it's a little bit different on the regular 300s, but on the SRTs, this is what we're looking at here. So I already took off the part that connects to the sway arm there, and this design here is kind of shitty. So here's what happened. The strut went out and the lower control arm got too much movement, so it shredded the bushing on both sides. So I'm going to replace this control arm and the strut, both struts actually, but on this side requires the most work. If you guys notice, this screw right here, this guy's spinning right now. So the only way to get this off is to take the anti-sway bar off too, because this cover and this little piece here needs to come off to give me access to the bolt that goes across, so then I can take that off. So I got everything loose. I got the top loose up there. This bolt right here is off. I got it supported. The strut bolt right here is loose. So everything's ready to go. I just got to pull it off, and then I'll get a spring compressor, get that bitch out, and I'll check back with you guys after I take this cover off. Alright, I got the cover off, so I didn't have to touch the other side. Just left it on. Nudge this down a bit. Let's see what we got back here. There we go. This is what we're looking for right here. So I'll go ahead and take that guy out, and then we start disassembling. Alright, I got the bolt out. The back side of that bolt is Allen, so you have to put an Allen on that side while you take the other side off. Now I need to mark this just in case. I don't know, I mean, it can only go one way, but just in case, you never know. The lower control arm to come loose. This is pretty this gets sealed over time, so every single car is like this. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but to get this off without shredding that boot, what I did was I put the bottle jack underneath right here so that I could put pressure on it going up. And now this, I got a punch tool here. I got to bang on it a little bit. This is an Allen, so just make sure it's smaller than what the Allen is. Beat on it a little bit and it should just pop straight down. Alright, so this is the new control arm. Here's the old one. That's what happens when you don't replace your struts. Even this side's fucked up a little bit. Alright, this part here was a pain in the ass. The nut was actually inside there, so first I had to compress the sides, and then right now I have these guys are lifesavers. Put one in here and do this. There we go. Alright, time to get the new one in. Alright guys, this is very important. Once the new shock is in, you'll notice that the bracket is facing inwards. If you look at the top right here, these two that are close together go on the inside of the car. The one that's by itself goes over here. If you take these off and you try to go put everything together, you're gonna have a hell of a time trying to turn it to where it's supposed to go. Right now is the time to do it while the spring compressor is in. So go ahead and turn it where it's got to go. And just for shits and giggles, let's go check out the one that's still in. Side bracket is facing in, and the one by itself is facing towards us. Too close together is facing towards the engine. We can go ahead and take this off. And the nuts are on top loosely, just so that it's holding onto the spring. So what I did was I dropped the lower control arm and got my shock on. Afterwards, I got this bolt in. Once I got it in, this can go on last, since it was one of the first things we took off. And you'll notice that the ball joint right here is not on, and it won't go on because this is too low. The whole assembly doesn't drop low enough. So what I did was I put the bottle jack underneath the control arm. I'm gonna jack it up, and that's gonna compress the spring a little bit. And you'll notice now we can come up. So I'm going to cut off the video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to guide this as I'm lowering the bottle jack. Alright, so we're in. I guided that guy inside. It's right here, I could feel it. Now what I want to do is I want to take the bottle jack off of the control arm, and I want to put it underneath the ball joint. So right here, and that's gonna bring up the whole assembly far enough for me to thread in the bolt. Alright, so I got the bottle jack underneath it, and I'm gonna jack it up, and you'll watch the threads come out. And now we can put this guy on there. So before I do anything else, I'm going to finish assembling this, putting the anti-sway bar back on, and then we'll do this part last.